I know, chasing that dough, hitting that road, getting that money, man. All I know, loading that foe, kicking down doors, getting that money, man. We gon' make it money. We gon' take it grizzly. We gon' make it money. We gon' take it grizzly.
Next thing we're going to do on Boxing Bros is give our predictions for the mega fight between Terence Bud Crawford and Showtime Shawn Porter. But before we do that, we like to share a tweet with you and ask that if you have Twitter, you retweet this for us. And here's the tweet. And you can retweet it. It's basically asking Eddie Hearn and Matchroom Boxing to give us media passes to attend the fight with Demetrius Andrade in New Hampshire and the fight with Teofimo Lopez and George Kambosos in Madison Square Garden. So if you're on Twitter, please retweet. All right, now we have a lead predictor. His name is Ned the TBE. This doesn't mean he's in the lead with prediction. This just means that he starts off first because he steals other people's predictions and whatever. So, Ned the TBE, who you got?
I got who you got.
I'm sure you do. If only you knew.
Yeah, all seriousness, I got Shawn Porter this fight, man. I feel Crawford hasn't took on the competition he needs to take to prepare for this fight, and he doesn't know what I feel that gives Porter their advantage to come out and surprise him. That aggressive style is going to frustrate Crawford, and he's going to realize he bit off more than he can chew. And Porter by decision.
Porter by decision. Ned the TBE comes out swinging. Yep. We got to get order, so we got to turn it. What's the name right now, brother? What's the name?
LL Cool G.
You got to turn over to LL Cool G. G. You know what LL's face? I don't even want to see it. I don't want G. Don't you start licking your lips around here. Pause. All right. Yo, that was real Kappa of you.
Oh,
that was real. That was real Kappa of you. I'm just saying.
I didn't like how that looked either. You know what I'm saying?
You right. Phi Beta Sigma. Forgive G. G. All right. G. Who you got?
Oh, I got Crawford. You know what I'm saying? I see what Ned's saying, but I'm gonna keep 100 with you. Crawford's he's a switch hitter. He got power on both hands. I feel like whatever Porter's gonna do, pause. You know what I mean? Whatever Porter is going to attempt to do in that fight, I think Crawford's gonna have an answer for it. You know, so if anything, I'll say Crawford by decision. I don't think he's gonna knock out Porter, but he's going to keep him at bay, and so I just don't see Porter, I don't see Porter dropping him, to be honest with you. I think it's going to be a good fight, though, but I think Crawford just has too many skills to even fall for the Porter traps and everything. So, and, it's going to be on Top Rank anyway. So, they're going to favor the home team regardless with the judges. You know how it does. I am. And if y'all don't believe me, last night, Jose Benavidez, baby. So, you can get a draw, man, when you're the home team. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so definitely I got Crawford for this fight. But I do believe that Porter's going to have a good showing,
All right. Trill Nostradamus Dollar Bill.
I got Crawford decision. Look, I don't know. I don't want to say nothing because I can't. It's good pickings. It's good pickings. Good time for Shawn. I mean for Crawford. Everything is just been set up. Like if you really think, I like Crawford, man. I really do. But it's been set up for him to win. Like I'm not saying. I don't know, man. Crawford's going to win by decision. I can't be honest with you guys. I can't give you my opinion. I can't be honest with you guys because everybody takes everything too personal. So when we shut this off, I'm going to tell my brothers how I really feel. But everything, Nah, for real. You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all cut it off right now. Cut this off so I can tell y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
You know what I'm saying?
speak to the people, bro. Don't let the people stop you, bro.
Because it's like you can't be real. Like you really can't be real. Like this is perfect timing for my man Crawford to get his shine on. You know, this guy got wear and tear on him. He's been in there with everybody. Look at his resume and the way he fights, his style that he fights. We know the history of boxing. You know what I'm saying? He's getting a Shawn at the good time. Shawn already got the this and the things that you didn't get. You was fighting all these guys. Hank Lundy guy had a serious fight with somebody with Zapita, and Zapita had who just knocked out Vargas had a tough fight with Haney at what weight? 140. Y'all made fun. Y'all made Hank Laney go all the way up in weight. He's been fighting guys that was 140 pounders, 135 pounders, and stuff like that, and fighting the Gamboas and stuff like that. And we was giving him credit for all this stuff, the Mean Machines, and not really. At 140, I'll give you all that in the world. You know what I'm saying? At 147, you just been fighting blown up 135 pounders. We proved that when we seen like Hank Laney, where Lundy is at. He's at 140. All these guys are supposed to be at these lower weights. They went up and fight him. You know what I'm saying? The guys that's been shot up and stuff like that. Like, let's be real for once. Let's be real for once. I like Terence Crawford. I really like Terence Crawford, but let's just be real on who he's fought and who is and who Shawn has fought and the wear and tear of each people. You fighting 135 pounds, no real 147 pounder that you fought over there. You ain't got no real wars, and you're fighting a guy over here that's already been in wars and stuff like that. Yeah, you're gonna have the upper hand. Duh. This is boxing. Everybody knows this. If you've been watching boxing, you know this. We was just talking about Carlos Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? Shawn's time is coming. It's only a matter of time that you then take all these shots from these elite level welterweights, opposed to a person that was in there with these 135 pounders and 140 pounders and was dogging them. And we was giving him credit. We gave him credit for being a dog against these little guys, against guys who was shot up and everything. We gave these guys credit. And we're still going to give him credit against a guy who's already been in there and had wars and stuff. We're going to do that again. And then people are going to be like, oh, well, you're hating. We're not hating because I got nothing but love for TC. I'm just keeping it 100. I want him to get the, when they go back and look at his career, they're going to start picking this stuff apart later on. They really are, especially when you guys are saying that he's better than the great Sugar Ray Robinson. Y'all have the nerve. Do you know who Sugar Ray Robinson? I'm not even going to do it. I was about to go ahead. Y'all, this is disrespectful. The way y'all act is disrespectful. And if somebody speaks their mind against somebody that you don't like, they're hating. Or somebody that you love, they're hating. Well, let me tell you, I'm not hating because I like TC more than y'all. I know more about TC than y'all do. I've been champing for TC since he was a 135-pound champ. Before he was a 135-pound champ. When he was at 135 pounds, then he went up to 140 pounds to fight Prescott. Then went back to 135. I've been a fan of TC. I just know what's in front of me now. I just know what they've been doing now. You seen Bob get frustrated with him. He's been having the easy touches. Now we're going to put him in there with a Crawford. We're going to put him in there with a Showtime Porter. And then we're going to be like, oh, look what he did to him. Not saying that, not even mentioning the fact of everything that Porter's been through in his career. All the wars and battles. Then y'all going to be like, oh, look what he did to him. Not even counteracting in that because y'all are not paying attention to what boxing is. I don't know, man. That's just my rant. But I like Terence Crawford. I really do. I want him to get the respect that he deserves. But I want him to earn it. And I want him to get it the right way. Like y'all want to put him against the Sugar Rays. Look who the people that Sugar Ray has fought. Y'all want to put him against the Sugar Ray Robinsons, the greats, the trailblazers. Y'all want to disrespect these guys. Don't disrespect this sport that I love, because then now you're gonna get a reaction out of me, because it's gonna make it seem like I don't like Terence Crawford when I really do. You know what I'm saying? I'm a cool guy, man, but y'all, the way y'all be acting is very disrespectful. Y'all want to come at my brother at a certain way because he's speaking facts. Ain't nobody's disrespecting Terence Crawford. Nobody ever disrespected him as a man. We're talking about your resume and the people that you have fought, opposed to the other guys who they have fought. Y'all get disrespectful because people are telling the truth, and you can't handle the truth. That's all, man. I'm sorry. I don't even get like, I don't even deserve this. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, man. Like for real. This energy, like, for real, because I'm trying to keep it real with y'all, but some of y'all can't. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm sorry. I just got a little aggravated. I need some of these M&Ms, man. But like I was saying,
those look a little bigger than share size, bro.
I'm sorry, man. I just
those are the bros. That's bro size.
Yeah,
you know
I'm about to pass these to y'all.
Trill. Oh, if you go ahead. You
I'm done, bro. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, keep going. Go ahead, brother.
I just get frustrated, bro. I look in the kind of say, are they going off of just pure like emotions or whatever? Because right now I'm getting emotional because I get mad. I get frustrated because people can't see the real. You can't see the real. People can't tell, like, you know what I'm saying, that when you're showing somebody love, but you just want to keep it 100. You want to keep it a buck with them. You know what I'm saying? I don't agree with everything that, you know what I'm saying, somebody do. I can't keep it a buck. If I don't agree, I'm fake now, or I'm hating because I'm not agreeing with, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You know, that's crazy. You can't give your opinion. You can't be truthful no more. You hating? What's up, TB? I see you charming in.
I just want to know, restate your pick again.
Pardon me?
Restate your pick. Who you got for the fight?
It's Terence Crawford. I got Terence Crawford winning the decision.
That wasn't even paying attention.
I was listening. I just, like, the rant went on. I just wanted him to restate it. Thank you.
Now, you know who I'm picking? Terence Crawford, you know what I'm saying, by decision. But I respect everything that you said, TB, by picking, you know what I'm saying, Shawn Porter. Because Shawn Porter's a dog. But we already know Shawn Porter's done been through so many wars. And everybody's going to be like, oh, he got the best of the time. That's what they
Yeah, I'm still salute to you, man.
You know what I'm saying? You know how they going to do it.
Oh, say that again, G?
Now I'm saying that whatchamacallit, I'm shocked you actually picked Porter. But salute to you.
Man, I'm going with Porter, y'all. Just know that.
Now I'm just frustrated that you can't even keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Without people saying that you hating. And they don't even know that you got more love for that fighter than they do. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so a few things. One, what you're talking about, Trill, if people can say whatever they want, you're pointing out an objective fact, which, like you said, we were just discussing. John Fury wants Tyson Fury to retire because he's talking about how your punch resistance fades when you take big shots, when you continuously take big shots. And it's no secret that Showtime Shawn Porter has been in a ring with everyone in the welterweight division, which has even been cited by Terence Crawford himself, so you can't deny it. It's irrelevant to say why TC hasn't been in a ring with the best fighters in the world, although you are not qualified to say why TC hasn't been in the ring with the best fighters in the world, because you don't read his contracts, you don't sit in negotiation rooms, and you really don't know. So everything you say is purely speculative. What is a fact, however, is he hasn't fought elite level competition, and Shawn Porter has. Fact. So when you fight elite level competition, as we've always said, when the best fight the best, someone must lose. When Shawn Porter fights Kell Brook in his prime, when Kell Brook was actually champ, when Kell Brook was actually Kell Brook, the Kell Brook who moved up to 160 pounds and gave Triple G all he can handle before he took a beating, and then immediately after that went and fought Earl Spence and took another beating back to back. But that Kell Brook is the one who beat Shawn Porter in a close fight. Understand that, in a close fight. So when you see that, you have to give Shawn Porter his credit. He lost, but he lost to an elite guy. When you see Shawn Porter lose to Keith one-time Thurman, that was before he was once upon a time Thurman. That was Keith one-time Thurman who beat Shawn Porter, not Keith once upon a time Thurman. The Thurman who got satisfied, the Thurman who got civilized, the Thurman who it's hard to run in silk pajamas Thurman. Wasn't that guy. Wasn't the guy running away from the Riverside Rocky Jose Cito Lopez for survival. It was the guy who was throwing them things with Danny Garcia, the guy who was throwing them things with everyone. So, again, he lost a close fight to Keith once upon a time Thurman. Okay? But he was still in it. Then he lost to Earl Spence. Say what you want about Earl, but Earl has victories over other elite opponents. This is the same Earl Spence that was in a car accident that nearly claimed his life. And in his comeback fight, he fights Danny Garcia, a guy who would have been the best fighter on Terence Crawford's resume. His first fight after nearly losing his life in a car crash.
The guy who gave Shawn Porter, if you look at his face, a hematoma on the side of his face, but hitting him with clean.
And the guy who landed 42% of his power punches against Shawn Porter. And even if you look at the video, the ref thought Danny won. A lot of people thought Danny won the fight myself. But that's not what we're getting into. But just let me take a brief moment to stop and just say to you, everything I'm saying to you is a fact. I didn't make up one thing yet. This isn't speculation. This isn't, and if TC would have won, which y'all like to do, if TC would have done that, speculative, fantasy, never happened. Y'all like to give credit for fights he's never won. You like to talk about what would happen if he would have done something, and it never happened. But we're talking about what actually happened when Shawn Porter actually stepped into the ring with these killers. Even victories, not just his losses, even his victories. He was in there with dogs. Shawn Porter was in there with Eudenis Ugas, was in there with Danny Garcia, was in there with Earl Spence, was in there with Kell Brook, was in there with Keith Thurman. We could keep going. He was in there with the best, while TC was in there with Gamboa. All right, now let me get on that. So Trill already broke down how Hank Lundy moved up in weight to fight Terence Crawford. So did Gamboa. But watch the fight with Gamboa, because I did. Because when it came time to make these predictions, I'm like, all right, let me go back and watch TC. Did you know that Gamboa was beating Terence Crawford at the time of the stoppage? Gamboa was actually beating TC. Did you not know that? Well, go ahead and watch that fight. Let's talk about the other fight with Jose Benavidez. Did you know Jose Benavidez got shot? And then after Jose Benavidez got shot, they threw him in with a tomato can. They threw him in with an easy touch, a guy who had a light build-up resume, so that he can win that fight, right? He wins that fight, and then they bring Jose Benavidez to Terence Crawford, and then Terence Crawford does what he did to Jose Benavidez. And Jose Benavidez was still tough for him. After he beats Jose Benavidez retires. Jose Benavidez had a fight scheduled. He was supposed to fight after this fight with Terence Crawford, but he wasn't even in the physical condition to even take that fight. So he retired, and he went on a hiatus until last night. Oh yeah, and Jose Benavidez is so good that last night he fought a dude that no one ever heard of and drawed with him. And drawed with him.
A draw.
That's how good the guy who gave Terence Crawford his toughest fight is. Okay, so let's move on. Cal Velasquez fought Terence Bud Crawford, your great warrior, Terence Bud Crawford, after drawing with Ray Robinson. Yeah, look it up. See, what I'm telling you is facts. These are all facts. He fought Ray Robinson, got a draw with Ray Robinson, and they still let him fight TC next. So TC is so good, he's fighting dudes off of a draw. He fights Cal Velasquez off of a draw, gets in the ring, and Cal Velasquez knocks him down. knocks him down, but his network covers it up for him. The people cover it up for him. But watch it again.
Mm-hmm.
He's fighting a guy who drawed with a guy who isn't even that great. And then he goes in the ring and he knocks TC down. And TC eventually wins the fight. But let's talk about what Kavalassis has done since then. Got knocked out by Virgil Ortiz. How good is he? Y'all told me he was so great. Virgil, the younger kid, did it faster and better than TC did. You want to tell me that Virgil got hurt? Yeah, and so did TC. Except Virgil's younger and took on the tougher task sooner at a younger age, like 10 years before Crawford did it. And did it faster. Okay, now you want to talk about Kell Brook. Y'all are funny. Because when Earl Spence beat Kell Brook immediately after he fought Triple G, y'all said, oh, he's fighting the leftovers. Triple G already put damage on Kell Brook. So let me get this straight. You're willing to acknowledge that a fighter can take damage in their prior fight that would impact their performance in their previous fight, right? That's what y'all say, because you talk about how when Earl Spence fought Kell Brook, he was so damaged for the fight before that he wasn't at his best when Earl Spence got him. So you willing to admit that then? So let's talk about Shawn Porter and all the damage he's took in his previous fights. That you really think he's going to be the Showtime Shawn Porter that he was in 2015? But y'all really think Kell Brook was that guy, right? So if when Earl Spence beat Kell Brook, he was damaged goods because of his fight with Triple G. So how is it after a fight with Triple G and a fight with Earl Spence in which he broke a completely different orbital bone, somehow after a hiatus and draining himself to make weight to a weight he hadn't fought in 2 years, was he a better version for himself for TC? I'm just asking, how is that true? See, this is why people who are objective get frustrated with you, because you start saying crazy stuff. You start sounding like the guy who claims that he dated the queen. Y'all know I always say that, but that's a real dude. That's my man, Polygamous P from the basketball courts. This OG, he swear he dated everyone. But anyways, getting back to the point. How is that possible? You say he's better than Ray Robertson, that's automatically going to piss me off. You start saying he's so good, he can beat these two guys in one night. He ain't fight nobody, starts to piss me off. I know all these flaws with his prior opponents. It starts to piss me off. So when it came time to pick this fight, I could go safe. The safe thing would be to say TC's going to win. But I don't think he will. I don't think he will. I cannot honestly sit here and lie to you. I think TC is going to get beat. He's never seen the pressure that Shawn Porter is going to put on him. It's going to be relentless in his face. TC likes to dictate pace. He likes to determine the pace. He's not going to be able to do that. TC gets caught in exchanges and gets hurt like he did with Kavalasquez. Camboa was catching him. But when Shawn Porter catches him, this is going to be the first time he's getting caught by a dude who wasn't moving up in weight or draining himself to move down in weight. I think that you guys are going to finally see the difference between nitpicking guys who were shot, like literally shot. Like, I'm not making up like a shot fighter. He really fought a shot fighter. Like, no, he didn't fight a shot fighter. He literally fought a shot fighter. You're going to see the difference between fighting guys who are shot and guys who are contenders. You're going to see why experience matters. Because believe it or not, you can say TC's the A side, but the guy going in there with the experience, fighting in the big fights, is Showtime Shawn Porter. So now you're asking TC, the older fighter, because see, y'all try to make it up like TC wasn't the older fighter, but then see, I had looked it up myself, see TC really the older fighter. The older fighter's taking his step-up fight for the first time. And we're going to see what he does. But Ned, you're right. We are picking the same guy. Except No, do I think he'll stop him? I think he's going to beat TC up pretty bad. I think Shawn Porter's going to beat TC up pretty bad. And I think we're going to see some sad faces. And I look forward to seeing y'all on November 21st. If I'm wrong, I should be, right? Because he's that great. He's better than Sugar Ray Robinson. He's on that. It should be whatever. But if I'm right.
That pissed me off.
If I'm right, just come back and fall in line like all the other people who were wrong.
Mm-hmm. Let us know how you feel in the comment section. Please like and subscribe and check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. And also, please retweet our tweet to Eddie Hearn and Matchroom Boxing, getting us those media passes. And you know, November 20th, I'm not only excited for the Terence Crawford and Showtime. It's also Marco Barrera versus Ponce de Leon.
That's going to be action.
That's going to be action.
You're welcome. You're all welcome.